Thank you for clicking on the video, and here on our Mimic, I'm happy to present Space Marine number 2. This is the gold edition, and it contains a Steelbook as well as a Seasons Pass, as there's going to be apparently additional content coming out, maybe for the campaign, but certainly for the multiplayer component. Now, before we get this unboxed, Space Marine, the first one, which I have in hand here, came out on various older gen platforms, including Xbox 360, and this came out in 2011. So it's been more than a decade since this game came out, and when I played this back in the day, I thought it was awesome. It's definitely the best Warhammer video game out there. There have been many Warhammer games. A lot of them are actually quite atrocious. None of them stand up to the caliber of this one, which is a fun-filled, campaign, action-oriented video game. So here's the back of the box here, and this promises the same, but a lot more. Other thing to note about this game, well, first of all, it was well received, but you can see it had a different developer, Relic, and this is Saber, and also a different publisher. This is THQ, and this is Focus Entertainment. However, I think they took the IP and the spirit of this game and transferred it very well. So before we get to the unboxing, Warhammer is one thing we do like in the household here. We have other Warhammer products in the library. There are a couple of board games. Well, there's a lot of board games. This one is Heroes of the Reach. This here is Lost Patrol, which is almost a simplified version of this game, which is probably the holy grail of Warhammer games, the Space Hulk game. So I think 1 month we will dedicate to a Warhammer month. Maybe I'll pick November or December for that. So the other thing I want to say before we get this unboxed, we do cover a lot of nerdy stuff on the channel, not just video games or board games, also comics, even toys. I have a lot of Warhammer Joy toys. I have to show those off, and other things. So if you like what you see, hopefully consider liking and subbing up. It's free to you. It helps us out on the channel. All right, so let me get this unboxed. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a cut at the bottom here, and that way we can preserve the shrink and protect the packaging itself. I guess before we even do that, let's take a look at the side panels, which just feature the logo of the game. And on the back of the box here, you can see some of the graphics of the game. But you know what's even better than just checking out the text here? And even though it says one player, it is a multiplayer game with internet features. The main thing I should do maybe is just show you the new launch trailer for this game. So maybe run that right now. There have been many other trailers of this game, but this launch trailer sort of summarizes it all in one compact minute and a half of awesome destructiveness. Let's roll that trailer.
Major, we've got more incoming from the east. Give them no ground. Angels! We're saved! Brothers, we fight! We will cover your approach. Victory or death. Suffer the wrath of Ultima, Hellspawn. In his name I will fight! If we die with vengeance on our lips!
Now, if that trailer didn't get your heart pumping, you need to see a doctor. That trailer was awesome. So I can't wait to play this game. And, usually I don't buy these games at full price right at the get-go. I prefer to get them maybe months later when they're a lot cheaper. Part of the reason I got it now is mainly because, well, first of all, the Steelbook I think is pretty cool. I don't usually get Steelbooks unless it has a significant multiplayer component that I probably will play this year and years to come. So it's just handy to have that Steelbook and slip a disc out and put it in that case and back into the machine. But the other reason is that this multiplayer component, it does have the season pass, and with most multiplayer games nowadays, there usually are various seasons to the game, which add different content and maybe different objectives, different maps. And I sort of don't want to lose out and maybe be outclassed in the beginning. So I do need to create a Marine and level him up. All right, so thanks for listening to that. Let's get this box open. So I'm gonna make a cut here on the bottom of the seal and hopefully be able to preserve the shrink. And you want to cut on the side that is opposite from the front here, because we're going to use this flap to protect the front cover, which is more important than the back cover. So make a slice there, and then you're going to make a slice on the side. Okay. Make a slice on the opposite side here. All right, so that should make it very loose. And we got a little flap here. And then, always want to open it from the bottom rather than the top. Because the paper will always fold like that. So, looks pretty good. We've got our Steelbook I can see already in the game. Slip that out. All right. Here we go. So here is the awesome Steelbook. So even if this game ends being a little defunct or I don't play anymore, looks really cool to display. Let's see what it looks like opened up. Okay, so here is the inside of the Steelbook. Looks like we got a whole bunch of gene stealers, I believe, here, hiding in the shadows. And I believe this is a connection to it. Looks like maybe Titus here is getting ready to fight them all. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe someone's chest plate. He's trying, or a relic maybe he's trying to recover. All right, so that's pretty cool looking. All right, we'll set this off to the side. And we will set this game box off to the side so you can see how the shrink is preserved. And we're actually gonna do the same thing here. So obviously you could pick up this game just as is this way. It has a very cool cover here. And on the flip side of the box, it's gonna display the enticing gameplay mechanics. Your craft is death. Unleash the devastating arsenal and superhuman abilities of a Space Marine to drive back relentless hordes of aliens. Okay, sounds really cool. And we know it's gonna be cool because of that trailer. All right, so we're gonna make a slice on the bottom here. Gonna make a cut on the folded piece there. And another one on the opposite side. What I'm going to do is sort of peel it back. And it should just wrap around there. This way you can just slip the shrink off and use it as a slip cover to protect your game. Just something I do with all my games nowadays. and you just cut the piece that is folded off like that. And now all you have to do is just push it out. Sometimes you have to get a little piece of cardboard and get the glue to come off on the side here. So let me grab that piece right now. What I have here is a piece of comic book backing board that I cut a sliver of, and this should slip under the shrink here. And that should detach the shrink from the case, where sometimes the excessive glue gets stuck. All right, so like so, pull out the cardboard, and now the slip cover comes off a lot easier. All right, so the shrink is preserved, and we'll put that back on later. Now we got the case to open up. All right, so it looks like the season pass is here, the DLC. And of course I'll keep that for myself. Here is the game disc. Looks pretty cool. Well, I don't know if that's that cool. I wish I had some action scene rather than a citadel or some sort there. In fact, I think it's probably downright boring compared to everything else that we've seen. All right, but that is pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else in here. Oh, looks like it's a little advertising for Warhammer, from screen to tabletop. And the flip side is just in a different language. Okay, so I'll get this game out. Let's put it in the Steelbook here, because this is what I'm going to use to play, because there's many other multiplayer games I like to play, and we do like physical content, so we need something handy to store our disc and to retrieve it easier, rather than this less durable package, I suppose. All right, so that's good. I'm going to copy the code here. And now that is done, we don't really need this anymore. We could keep it safe though by putting this shrink back on. Sometimes you have to squeeze out the excess air. And there, it shrinks back on. In fact, that's what I did to this game a decade ago. I opened it up the same way. So, who knows what these will be worth in the future? Maybe nothing, maybe something. But I'll open up all my games this way. So there's a rare one. Well, it will be in great condition. Okay, so this is done. We'll just put this case back in the box here. Close it up. And that has its preserved shrink, so it will look really cool on the shelf still. And what we are going to use to play is the case here. All right, so that has been our unboxing of Space Marine number 2 Gold Edition. Hopefully you found this unboxing very cool. Maybe you learned a different way how to open up your collectibles. I certainly like doing this way, something I worked out over time. And as I mentioned, maybe in the future we will do more Warhammer material. Certainly we got to get these games open, and I want to introduce my daughter to Space Hulk. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is get this disc into the PlayStation 5 and have a blast fighting hordes of aliens. I'm certain to have a good time, and who knows, maybe my daughter will watch me play and get her interested in this world as well. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep on adventuring out there.